In the crisp autumn chill of a London morning on October 15, 2025, where the Thames gleamed silver under a slate-grey sky and the city's historic spires pierced the fog like silent sentinels, Prince Harry arrived at the ITV studios in White City for a rare UK television appearance on Lorraine, the long-running morning show hosted by the affable Scottish powerhouse Lorraine Kelly, whose warm wit and no-nonsense style had made her a breakfast staple for over 3 decades. Harry, at 41, cut a solitary yet determined figure in a tailored wool overcoat over a cashmere sweater, his ginger hair windswept from the short helicopter hop from Montecito, where Meghan and the children remained amid their expanding Archewell empire, his blue eyes carrying the weight of transatlantic divides, here to promote the Invictus Games' European expansion and a new memoir addendum on reconciliation, a tentative olive branch after Spare's seismic revelations and the lingering frost with his family. Lorraine, 66 and still radiating the energy of her Glasgow roots with her signature bob haircut and tartan accents, prepped in her sunlit studio, the set cozy with plush armchairs, fresh scones on a tea tray, and a backdrop of blooming heather symbolizing Scottish resilience, the audience of 150, a mix of loyal fans and curious royal watchers, buzzing as the cameras rolled at 9 a.m., Lorraine's cheerful, "Good morning, Britain," setting a jovial tone. Harry entered to polite applause, settling in with a firm handshake and a nod to Lorraine's decades of service, the chat opening amiably with tales of his charity polo matches, fatherhood joys with Archie turning 7 and Lilibet 5, and the healing power of adaptive sports for wounded warriors, Lorraine cooing, "Oh, Harry, you're such a daddy's boy now, Diana would be so proud." But as the segment warmed toward its midpoint, Lorraine, known for her balanced yet probing style, often bridging tabloid tittle-tattle with heartfelt humanity, pivoted to the royal rift, referencing Harry's recent High Court win on security but gently chiding, "Lad, Spare was brave, but all this family feudin', William's got the crown, you've got California. Isn't it time to bury the hatchet before it's too late?" Harry, his smile polite but strained, replied measuredly, "Lorraine, families mend in their own time, I've extended hands, but trust takes more than tea chats." The fiery clash sparked when Lorraine, eyes twinkling with that Scottish candor, pressed on Meghan's absence, "And where's the Duchess today? Off launching another jam empire while you're here solo. Britain's missin' her sparkle, or is it all still too raw after the Oprah bombshells?" The studio hushed as Harry's jaw set, his voice sharpening, "Meghan's building her world while I honor Mum's legacy here, questioning that feels like dredging old wounds for ratings." Undeterred, Lorraine leaned in with a quip honed from years of lightening heavy moments. Harry, we've all read the headlines, racism rose, Netflix deals gone sour. You're the Spare no more, but dodging the family palace. That's not reconciliation, that's remote control from afar." Applause trickled from corners of the crowd, but Harry's temper flared, a rare live glimpse of the Apache pilot's steel. "With respect, Lorraine, you've interviewed us all with kid gloves, but this. It's not chat, it's character assassination veiled as concern. I've lost enough, my mother, my role, I won't lose my dignity on your set." Gasps rippled as Lorraine, her composure cracking with uncharacteristic firmness, retorted, "Dignity? Lad, Britain's given you palaces and privacy suits, a wee bit of straight talk's no assassination." The argument peaked when Harry rose, microphone clipped hot, "If straight talk means mockery, then I'm out. Good day." Producers, wide-eyed in the booth, signaled security, 2 burly ITV guards, who approached with apologetic nods, escorting the prince off amid a stunned silence broken by scattered claps, Lorraine ad-libbing a flustered, "Well, that's one way to end the segment, back after the break." Backstage, Harry's aide handed him his coat, phone vibrating with Meghan's incoming call, "You all right, love?" Head high, while Lorraine huddled with her team, muttering, I pushed too far," but he needed hearing. The clip detonated across platforms within minutes, #Lorraine vs Harry trending with 8 million views on X by noon, British tabloids like The Sun screaming, "Spare's tantrum." While American outlets defended his boundaries, fans split between Lorraine's, "mumly tough love," and Harry's, "righteous rage." ITV's PR spun it as frank exchange, but advertisers from PG Tips to Burberry paused spots amid the uproar. Harry, en route to Heathrow in a blacked-out Range Rover, exhaled into the leather seat, the clash a bitter reminder of home's hostilities, yet fueling his resolve for Invictus's UK leg. Subplots simmered in the storm. A young veteran viewer tweeting solidarity, sparking donation surges, Lorraine's co-host Christine Lampard texting regrets, and Harry's reflective voice note to William, a flicker of outreach amid the embers. The video script etched the drama in sweeping arcs, slow motion of Harry's clipped stride, flashbacks to Diana's funeral fog and Invictus triumphs, intimate voiceovers on Exile's ache, dialogues dancing between Lorraine's lilted jabs and Harry's clipped retorts, themes of homeland heartaches threading like tartan. As fog thickened over the Thames, Harry's jet lifted off, the kicked off saga not a defeat but a declaration, bridging his dual worlds with defiant grace, every barb a bridge to broader healings in royalty's fractured frame. Extended layers unfurled pre-show nerves, Harry's security sweeps, Lorraine's producer pep on, keep it real, and post-clash cascades, from fan forums to Fleet Street frenzies, a mosaic as intricate as a Highland plaid, resonant with the pull of roots and the push of reinvention. The morning mist clung to London's pavements the day after Prince Harry's explosive ejection from Lorraine, with the city's red buses splashing through puddles and newsstands hawking extras from the Mirror. Royal rage on morning TV, Harry's huff, as X feeds boiled over with 15 million impressions by breakfast, clips of the prince's defiant exit remixed on TikTok with bagpipe backdrops and spare quotes, turning the ITV studio into a battlefield of British banter versus Sussex stoicism. In his Mayfair hotel suite, Harry nursed Earl Grey over poached eggs, Meghan on FaceTime from Montecito with the kids' crayon drawings as backdrop, her voice a bomb. "You stood your ground, that's the man I love." His team, a whirlwind of PR pros and solicitors, dissected the fallout, a 200% spike in Invictus ticket sales, Archwell's UK branch inquiries doubling, crafting a statement, grateful for platforms to champion causes, but candor must cradle compassion. Onward with service. At ITV's White City HQ, Lorraine faced a gauntlet of exec calls, advertisers like Warburton's pulling bread ads over tone concerns, her on-air opener the next day a heartfelt mea culpa. Yesterday's chat got heated, Harry's a good egg, and families are tricky beasts. Let's all hug it out, drawing empathetic nods from the audience amid #SorryHarry trending. Legal lines blurred as Harry's London lawyers, victors in his Mirror hacking case, mulled a privacy breach claim alleging the probe veered into premeditated provocation, affidavits citing pre-interview briefs for light legacy talk, ignored for spice. Public pulses raced, royalists. On GB News crowed, Lorraine lands one for the Windsors, progressives in The Guardian lauded Harry's boundary brilliance, neutrals petitioning 1.5 million signatures for a mediated makeup segment. Subplots stewed, Lorraine's daughter Rosie leaking a supportive tweet, thawing fan ice, a studio runner, a Diana-era fan, anonymously donating to Invictus, and viral vines syncing the clash to "God Save the King," ironic twists. The video script summoned the squall in staccato montages, splintered headlines hawking hot takes, Harry's Thames Riverside ramble intercut with Lorraine's tearroom reflection, voiceovers vivisecting the vice of morning TV authenticity, squeezing sincerity. Harry's helix heightened in polo therapy trots, journaling echoes of Balmoral boyhoods, while Lorraine lamented in a fictional fireside with Christine on, probing too deep. Bi-weekly blur. The writ withered in a £2 million settlement seeding Scottish youth charities, but the seismic sway endured. Harry's memoir sequel soared charts, Lorraine's ratings rebounded on, reformed Real Talk, EPS, a joint charity plea netting £5 million. Stretched soliloquies from sworn statements spotlighted Harry's halcyon rebuttals, home hurts when it's hostile, hearth scenes in California scripting sibling scripts for Archie, luminary lifts from Elton John's elegy to Ed Sheeran's Solidarity strum. Ripples raged. Brand retreats rebuffed by Harry's harmony hikes, digital dialogues dissecting, Duchess dodges, anew. In this intermission's inferno, the script surged via tribunal tempests, social sieves, and subtle salves, a discreet dinner invite from Lorraine, distilling the fiery clash as Harry's homeland hymn, transmuting ousting into Odyssey, a chronicle where kilt met crown and kindled kinships kindle in Britannia's broadcast blaze. As winter's frost etched the Scottish Highlands by January 2026, the thorns of Prince Harry's Lorraine showdown had thawed into tapestries of truce and transcendence, reshaping realms from TV green rooms to global good causes, with Invictus's Edinburgh leg-shattering attendance records and Archwell's reconciliation retreats drawing royals in waiting for quiet counsel, Harry's TEDx Glasgow keynote, roots and rifts, mending the unseen, unpacking the clashes, a spark for shared stories. The Accords Alms amplified ITV's Dialogue Den, forums, moderated by guests for grace, viewership vaulting 40% on vulnerability vibes, Lorraine and Harry reconvening for a Hogmanay special on healing, their fireside yarn of feisty families, fetching 12 million viewers, Lorraine toasting, to straight talk that straightens souls, slaint, lad. Harry's hearth at 41 burgeoned. Montecito Yuletides with Meghan weaving willow crowns for the Barons, a Netflix nod to his memoirs Mending Arcs, his third tome, Heirloom Hearts, heralding #1 with homilies on the ITV Ignition as Ignition for Intimacy. Devotees dovetailed under #Harry Heels, his BAFTA nod bowing to bridges built from Banter's bricks. Subplots seamed seamlessly. The runner's donation burgeoned to a bursary. Christine and Meghan co-chaired a media manners mixer, and guards from the gaff guested at a gala, gushing Harry's grit. The video script soared in symphonic splendor. Montages of mist-shrouded moors and Montecito meadows. Harry's harp strummed hymns voiced over Lorraine's lilting laments, validating Vindication's verse, his valediction, clashes cleave, but closure crowns. Lorraine's locus crested in a legacy lecture on Probe with Heart, Harvesting Harmonies. As 2027 beckoned, Harry's halo-honed heritage acts on privacy pacts, Lorraine's ledger-lit late-night kin. Extrapolated eclipses espied eves. Harry's Highland homestead helm, Lorraine's laurel-laden exit with Sussex serenades, a broadcast brotherhood. Blooming benevolent. The Odyssey, from fractious flay to felicitous firmament, surmounted the title's tempest with tonic timbre, avowing that even evictions engender empires of empathy in empire's echoing expanse.